How many times do you train each week? Usually I train twice a week with Peamount, and this then corresponds with a match on a Saturday or Sunday. And then within that I like to get 1 or 2 sessions of my own. I do have quite a busy schedule and it is tough sometimes getting them extra sessions in, but they're always 100% worth it when you take the time to do them. Who's the best player you've played with and why? I've been lucky enough to step up into a really high quality senior team in Peamount United. Every player is talented, but for me it's got to be Karen Duggan and Anya Gorman that stand out. They have such down to earth personalities and their attitude of work rate towards the game both on and off it is absolutely incredible to both watch and learn from. And for me to be exposed to this at every training session I do is just incredible for me as a player. What's your biggest footballing achievement so far? For me, that's definitely got to be captaining my country on 3 different occasions. It is always an honour to represent your country, and then to have the added privilege of being able to lead and captain such a talented group of girls out behind me made the experience even better. What helped you break into the senior squad at such a young age? I feel like the biggest thing to help me break into the senior squad, and it's something that I still do today, is continuously trying to improve your game and doing the little things constantly, because for me this eventually led to an opportunity to train with the senior team, and then from there it's trying your 100% and enjoying the chance to play with such talented players and getting the most out of it, and then from there you'll just grow as a player. How do you balance soccer and school? Look, it's inevitable that soccer and school are going to clash at some point, and for me personally this year I'm in my leaving cert and it's been really hard at times to balance the both, but I feel the only way that I've really been able to overcome them is by writing things down and picking a day in the week and kind of writing down what I want to achieve for the week, and then coming back maybe 7 days later and re-evaluating where I am and see what I've achieved, what I've completed and maybe what I've not completed then, and I can kind of compare where I wanted to be to where I am, and this then grounds me throughout the year because I can kind of come back and see what I've done and what I have to do, and I think then this allows me to focus on both individually but also focus on them together. The environments differ between senior and youth football. It's definitely daunting making the step up from youth football to senior football. I was lucky in the fact that Peamount United are like a family which I was quickly accepted into. Really the biggest change came more so on the pitch and what was demanded of you both in training and match day. I feel in youth football we kind of don't put as much emphasis on the training as we do matches, whereas in senior football every time you step on the training ground and every time you go to play it's like a match day, and it's really challenging at first, but the more and more you play it leads to just a huge progression in your game, and it's really exciting because you know you're going to improve every time you step in. Most of it going into a game and why. It's important to remember that everyone is nervous and everyone is afraid before going into a game, and this really tends to be as a result of how much the game actually means to everyone, and I know that I'm no different. I always want to do the best I can when I step on the pitch, but I know that the minute I make my first tackle or the minute I make my first pass that this nervousness tends to lift and I start to play my own game. And I also have to remember that there's 10 other girls around me that have my back and I know that I have theirs, so my advice to you would be to harness this fear and use it to your advantage to keep you alert and get the best out of your game.